The advancement in publication technology has had a profound effect on society, and it is evident that as publishing methods evolve, so does society. Publishing impacts a range of aspects such as education, politics, creative industries, science, entertainment, and social relationships. As a result, society has accepted and adapted the ever-changing forms of publication technology. But how does this affect us, and in what way is this changing the way our society functions? A major societal aspect impacted by the change in publication technology is education. It is evident that our education system has undergone notable change over the centuries, making it what it is today. In particular, we can examine the printing press as a pre-1900s publishing technology, looking at how this has impacted education within our society. Jump one century forward to post-2000 and we can see the advent of the internet and what it provides to students worldwide. But how do these technologies compare, and do they really provide more good than harm to our education? Let's take a look at the printing press. Invented by Johannes Gutenberg in 1450, it gave birth to print culture and publications throughout the world. Gutenberg's printing press technology spread rapidly, and being ushered in the period of modernity, this revolutionized education, resulting in a more literate and educated society. This was done through four major changes in society. Number 1, reducing the dominance of the church. Access to education allowed members of society to take a stance against the dominant power of the church. Number 2, creating a means for literary work to be replicated. Identical texts could now be simultaneously mass-produced, and this cut down the lengthy production process whilst also reducing discrepancies between the same works. Number 3, allowing for a more literate community through the reduction of work produced in Latin. And number 4, this allowed for individuals to take control of their own education. The printing press had positively transformed the education system. In his work, McLuhan states that the printed book was a new visual aid available to all students, and it rendered the older education obsolete. There was also a change in the method of learning. Students would now research and write, taking full advantage of technical texts which served as silent instructors. Scholarly readings allowed students to begin gathering, comprehending, and making use of information from a variety of sources, thus leading the way toward modern education. Notably, this publication technology placed a significant impact on society as it shifted the center of knowledge and intellectual life, proving that as publishing technology changes, so does education within society. So now, the internet, the World Wide Web, and now known as Web 2.0. The question is, would today's society be able to function without the internet? The internet has become a publication technology that encompasses our everyday lives. Realistically, it has become more and more impossible to count the platforms and distribution pathways made available via the internet. Perhaps this is why the internet is considered to place a negative impact on society and our current education system. Regardless, today we choose to adapt to the ways of the internet and all that it has to offer. The explosion of internet popularity arose with the invention of the World Wide Web in the early 1990s, and then came Web 2.0 in 2000. The internet has now earned itself the name the information superhighway, shattering the limits of knowledge through the interconnection of networks and archives across the globe. It was seen by observers as a seismic shock, with author Nicholas Negroponte commenting that the internet was a 10.5 on the Richter scale of social change. Through the digitalization of education, different modes of publishing have now been introduced into classrooms. Students of all ages now have access to information channels such as libraries, books, journals, and other scholarly material, all at the touch of a button, just by entering a simple search word into an online database. Web 2.0 is a catalyst for the way students of society gather, comprehend, and make use of information. The wealth of information generated by the internet is similar to that produced by the printing press. Through both technologies, there has been a rise in access to information, benefiting both pre-1900 society and the post-2000 society. However, society changes as the modes of publishing continue to revolutionize, and the greatest change is that a greater proportion of society reap the benefits of this modern publishing technology. The internet has impacted the way users produce, distribute, access, and reuse information and knowledge. The internet has rapidly sped up the pace and convenience to almost any type of information accessible, and the internet adds a certain value to the information being engaged in by today's students. But we have to look at the flip side. With user-generated content continuously being published online, there has been a surge in incorrect and untrustworthy information. And this can be detrimental to all aspects of society, in particular education and the inaccuracy of content absorbed by students. Limited paywalls and filters make it increasingly difficult to reduce the publishing of such content, and this negatively impacts society's education levels. So it is evident that as publishing changes, society changes. But I'll leave you with this. Can't we also say that we, as a society, live in an ever-changing world? We rapidly adapt and accept change. And so, to meet our requirements, doesn't publishing technology change hand in hand? So really, which way is it? When publishing changes, so does society? Or when society changes, so does publishing technology?